Recording.
Oh, hey! So my buddy and I at work have kind of started this tradition every other day. We pour a glass of Pepsi over ice, and we tell stories to break up the monotony of the day, which we work in a very high-stress job, but we won't get into that. But today, being that it's Christmas time, I'm thinking of a story. Not to tell you my age, but decades ago, I was out trying to do some last minute Christmas shopping and I ended up in somewhere in Detroit. And I got lost. And for all you young ones out there, it was pre-GPS, so all we had was a map. I had no cell phone. So I was lost. I ended up in a bar, the only place I could find with people because it was at nighttime. I was in a Monte Carlo Super Sport, to be exact. And I pulled up, and there's a Santa Claus out there. I looked over his shoulder, and the place was called the Velvet Lounge. Don't know what it was, but I said, hey, how do I get back to I-94 or I-75? I don't care. Santa Claus gets up out of his chair, and he's like, well, son, hold on a second. He's reaching in his pockets, going like this, going like that. And he's like, do you know where you're at? And I'm like, no, I have no idea where I'm at. And he's like, well, if you go down there and turn 2 rights, 2 lefts, 2 rights, 2 lefts, you'll get back to the highway. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, oh, I got one more thing for you. And I'm like, really? What's that? He's reaching in his pockets again, reaching in his little red vest thing, you know, looking under his hat. I can't figure out what he's doing. You know, it's creeping me out a little bit. So all of a sudden, he's like, this is what I got for you. Do you know where you're at, son? And I'm like, I have no idea where I'm at. And he's like, well, this is a strip joint. It's Christmas time. I'm drunk. And I've only got one thing to say to you. And I was like, really? What's that? And he's like, it's the 3-1!